Imagine tonight, as the world quiets down, that your worries begin to shrink with the light of day. Bills, debts, the endless loop of how am I going to make it, all soften when you bring your focus back to where strength actually begins. Financial freedom is not just a chase for dollars, it's a spiritual state of balance, trust, and courage. You may be working hard, doing everything right on paper, but still feel like something invisible keeps holding you back. This moment, right now, is where breakthrough starts by aligning your thoughts, your faith, and your actions in one clear direction. There are three powerful prayers, or rather, 3 moments of conversation with the divine that can shift the way you view money, purpose, and your future. They don't rely on complicated rituals or elaborate language. They are real, simple, and full of focus. Take a slow breath and picture yourself resting in a calm space. Maybe it's your bedroom, maybe your car after a long day, maybe just a silent mental room you build for this very moment. That stillness is sacred ground. In it, everything noisy about your finances, everything screaming not enough, starts to quiet down. Because faith and financial breakthrough are not opposites, they are partners. You are about to speak life over your situation in a way that wakes up both heaven and your own determination. The first prayer is for clarity. Before any wealth can grow, clarity must take root. So quietly begin to speak. God, open my eyes to what I have. You see, most people chase abundance without realizing they're already holding seeds of it in their hands. You may have skills, relationships, ideas, or even spare hours that could turn into value if focused properly. This prayer doesn't beg for money, it asks for sight. Clarity helps you notice where you've been blind to potential. When your eyes open, you suddenly see opportunity sitting in the same situations that used to frustrate you. Prayer for clarity means saying, show me what I've overlooked. Maybe there's a small business idea you've been scared to start, or a side skill you dismissed as unworthy. Maybe you've been surrounded by people with answers, but pride or fear kept you silent. In clarity, light hits your plans differently. You stop asking why me, and start asking what now. The language of faith is not confusion. It's courage spoken out loud. Then comes the second prayer, the prayer for discipline and guidance. Think of this one as building structure around the miracles you're expecting. Guidance doesn't just arrive as a voice from the clouds, it appears as new wisdom, better habits, or a nudge to stop wasting energy on what doesn't grow you. This prayer sounds like faith, but works like strategy. Speak words like, God, teach me to use what you give wisely. This kind of discipline doesn't limit you. It protects you. Financial breakthrough isn't a one-time jackpot, it's the lifelong ability to manage, overflow without losing peace. Maybe you've experienced it before. Momentum shows up, a little increase happens, but without structure, it slips away. Guidance is what keeps the door open once breakthrough knocks. Pray to be ready, not just desperate, because when preparation meets blessing, abundance becomes stable. Picture your own situation, your income, expenses, habits, relationships, and say out loud, I am ready to be guided into right action. That's how Americans facing financial stress turn the corner from wishing into working with direction. Discipline in faith looks like stewardship, giving where you can, saving with intention, and believing that small, consistent decisions are divine partnerships too. Every step of order draws more opportunity toward you. Now comes the third prayer, the prayer for release and overflow. This one changes the atmosphere completely, because it transforms your inner posture. When you release, you're letting go of bitterness, envy, fear, and control. You're declaring that blessing doesn't have to come only one way. Often, the divine waits for you to free your grip before placing something bigger in your hands. Say these words quietly inside yourself. I release anxiety about money and make room for overflow. This prayer isn't passive. It's not pretending bills don't exist. It's choosing peace while working your plan. Americans carry so much pressure to succeed quickly, but spiritual prosperity teaches patience with a pulse. It keeps you moving, while trusting timing. Overflow is not chaos, it's expansion under control. When your heart releases tension, your creativity wakes up. You start thinking of better ideas, connecting with helpful people, and noticing signs that your path is shifting. In one sense, this release prayer is also gratitude in disguise. It acknowledges that provision flows constantly, even when it's not obvious. Each breath is evidence that supply hasn't stopped. Speak light over your financial situation. Trust that resources are already aligning to your effort. As you release what you can't control, peace enters and makes space for new abundance. Clarity, discipline, and release. These three prayers form a complete circle. Clarity gives you vision, discipline builds your foundation, and release opens the flow. Together they rewrite how you interact with money, energy, faith, and action. For an American ear tuned to the grind of everyday survival, this combination brings stillness without resignation, strength without panic. Imagine yourself practicing these prayers every night before bed, or every morning before opening email and facing the day. Each repetition plants new belief deeper in your subconscious. You wake with small ideas that lead to big changes, decisions to save, to study something new, to collaborate instead of compete. You're no longer begging life to get easier. You're building power quietly, prayer by prayer. Think of your financial breakthrough not just as a lump sum or debt cancelled. Think of it as fear replaced with strategy, shame replaced with gratitude, pressure replaced with confidence. That's what spiritual wealth looks like. The moment you speak these prayers sincerely, you stop chasing money and start attracting alignment. Look around your life and find signals of progress. A bill paid off, a friend offering advice, a new job lead, a calm sense of possibility. These aren't coincidences. They're responses to intention. The world reshapes itself around people who believe fully while acting wisely. When stories in scripture talk about overflow, they describe hearts ready to receive it, not just containers waiting for it. That's you. You're building readiness tonight. Try this. After speaking the three prayers, sit silent for 30 seconds. Let your mind paint a mental image of your breakthrough coming real, your bank account stabilizing, your credit improving, your home peaceful, your generosity growing. Visualize yourself blessing others without fear. In that moment, emotion activates faith on a muscular level. You feel abundance physically. You build a memory of it before it's visible. Continue breathing slowly. Imagine light surrounding you, not artificial, but like golden calm washing over your body. That represents empowerment, the steady warmth of trust. It whispers, I've got this. I'm becoming someone who handles increase with grace. Tomorrow, when you get up and face decisions again, bring a quiet thank you to every money interaction. Pay a bill thankful, get a paycheck thankful, make a purchase thankful and disciplined. Train your mind to treat each exchange as sacred. Soon, you'll notice that your financial attitude transforms permanently. Gratitude keeps the flow alive. Across America, people are realizing that wealth is not an enemy of faith, and faith is not an excuse for poverty. The two belong together when purpose drives them. Financial freedom means being free to serve, to give, to live without panic. That's what these three prayers unlock, a lifestyle of calm success. Whenever doubt or fear tries to return, revisit them aloud. Clarity so you remember what matters. Discipline so you protect progress. Release so you don't block your own blessings. Practice them until they become instinct. And when breakthrough arrives out, it will somewhere between your patience and your persistence. Don't forget to share your story to encourage someone else in struggle. A breakthrough that only blesses you is incomplete. Let your story become proof that faith and focus still work in real lives in real time. So tonight, as you close your eyes, pause one last time and say quietly, thank you for guiding me to peace and provision. That single sentence contains every prayer, the recognition that you're not alone in this battle, that guidance still speaks, and that your heart is finally learning to live in freedom. Financial breakthrough doesn't always come by surprise. Sometimes it arrives as slow strength, the kind that builds quietly while you sleep, preparing to show up in the morning as opportunity, restoration, and wisdom ready to act. Whisper your faith into that truth. Rest and expect tomorrow to meet you with open doors.